The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Howdy doody.
Howdy. Okay. There was actually a dog taking a walk along the levee here.
Maybe doing some
So
business.
how did he duty? Welcome to it, everybody. WAFB Plus 9:15 every morning for you here. Kind of stepping you through, not that, but the headlines as you kind of get going. Welcome to a Friday Eve. Welcome to your Thursday.
Oh, we love to say that in our part of the world. Hard to believe the whole New Year, Christmas is about a week or two away, given the temperatures that we've seen. I mean, right now, 9:15. We're looking at 70 degrees in Baton Rouge. The high today, we're going to flirt with the 80s. Really? Hard to believe that.
And
hard to believe.
Steve has been talking about it for the last, like 2 weeks, that this is where we're going to be headed. And you're like, all right, man, we'll see. Look at the numbers. Look at these numbers, stupid numbers for December in South Louisiana. So then the front comes through this weekend, knocks it down a little bit, but then it rides right back up that roller coaster towards Christmas.
And you can see that 10-day forecast, the last day of that 10-day forecast. Yep, Christmas, balmy 73 degrees. But hey, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. We could be under piles and piles of snow, which I think some people do wish we would be under.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Compared to everything else going on across the country right now, we'll absolutely take it. You're right.
Truly.
This was amazing this morning.
Yeah.
There's always something going on, breaking here, breaking there, but loved talking about this morning. The Lieutenant Governor was on the show this morning, Billy Nungesser, talking about something big on the horizon that's really going to focus a lot of attention on Louisiana in a good way.
Louisiana's Feed Your Soul, for the first time ever, will be featured in the Rose Parades in Pasadena. This is huge.
It is.
So second time we get to be featured on a national stage. First was at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You had John Batiste riding atop of it, but it was so stately. It encompassed everything that is Louisiana flair and what you think of when you want to visit Louisiana, New Orleans.
Look at this.
I mean, that's
Look
glorious.
at this. And here's the thing. Okay, so the Macy's Parade, amazing.
Yes.
Everybody loves it. It's fantastic. The way they put those floats together are the way you might think that most floats are put together, like Mardi Gras floats, that kind of thing.
Right.
You get out to the Rose Parade, it is what it sounds like. Rose, it's flowers. And so what you're seeing here is essentially alive. I mean, fresh flowers, fresh fruit on some of this stuff.
Yes.
So to see this and look at it, understand what that is, it's amazing. And what a showcased event.
Yeah.
The only state float rolling in the Rose Parade.
Big deal. 50 states. We are the only ones.
Hello.
And when you talk about the theme for this year, it's dream, believe, and achieve. And so Billy Nungesser was on our show this morning talking about how much this means to our state. So riding on the float come New Year's Day are going to be Louisiana first responders, teachers, utility workers, all of the people who have helped us weather the storm. And storm meaning COVID and all the natural disasters we've gone through in just this year alone. So that means a lot.
When he was talking with us on the show this morning, and he said, you got to go before a board and present kind of your idea and to see if it's good enough to be a parade. And apparently it was presented with such passion that they said, does everybody in Louisiana have this kind of passion? And his response was simply, welcome to the Bayou. And so we get to show off a little bit come January 1 in the Rose Parade.
So excited.
It's going to be fun. It's gonna be
now,
fun.
we're also using this as an opportunity for a call out. If you know any California-based alumni in any Louisiana institution, college, university, they need your help flocking the float with all of these roses. So they really need you to sign up. And in this story, the Louisiana Feed Your Soul float to roll in 2022 parade, we have a link for you to find out about volunteer information. That's also how to find out more information about the parade in general. But they really want Louisiana folks who live out there to be a part of this experience.
How many flowers do you say? Like 30,000?
A lot.
Hello!
A lot.
That's a lot.
When you look at the rendering, imagine how you got to get in there, you got to be careful about it, and they're going to make sure it's going to look good.
We're going to talk a little bit more about this coming up on YouTube here in a little bit.
Yes, we
kind of the Talk Back Thursday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good right now going on with Louisiana. We'd love to focus on it. From that to, hey, if you got some National Signing Day stuff, you want to show off or shout out your local high school athletes, that's coming up on YouTube here in a little bit. But there is some other stuff to get to here on WAFB Plus. A lot going on today, including our governor speaking, stepping up to the microphone a little bit later on.
At noon today, he's going to have his end of the year press conference. So obviously this year has been still plagued by COVID, still plagued by natural disasters. And so what is going to be the encompassing message of all of it? And then what is he looking forward to in 2022? Well, we're going to expect to hear all of that happening today. He's going to talk at noon. We're going to air that parts of it live on 9 News at noon, but you can actually watch it right here, the entire thing without any disruptions or any other headlines. It's all that's going to air here at noon.
Yeah, 9 News app and WAFB Plus for the uninterrupted version, as you mentioned, noon, a little abridged version. But yeah, I mean, how do you sum up a year? Especially these past, couple of years we've been through. How do you sum up a year? Well, the governor's going to attempt to do that. That's coming out.
That's
again,
his job.
Noon o'clock.
Right.
When we talk about a heavy hitter stepping up to the microphone, there's a pretty big one coming in. The Secretary of Education in Louisiana visiting a couple, well, its two biggest cities.
Yeah, Miguel Cardona, Secretary of Education, is going to be touring around with U.S. Representative Troy Carter, visiting Glen Oaks High School and Brookstown Middle Magnet School. So big deal for him to come see. The goal for him is to speak with parents about what they'd like to see in these public schools and what they'd like to envision for the next school years and in the school years to come. So when you talk about the Secretary of Education, big deal when you talk about a federal level and getting input of what people in local communities want. These are parents on the ground, obviously, with children in these schools. So who better to hear from than parents in the community?
When you talk about public education, obviously you were talking about public funding coming in from every level. And so when you step it down from the federal level to the state to the local, these are conversations that bring in just a wide swath of people. And so he's going to be here talking about the educational provisions that are in the Build Back Better program from President Joe Biden, how that can impact, where that can impact, and then push it to the state and then the local level. Again, making the rounds in Baton Rouge today and in New Orleans today. So a lot of conversations going on, but when you have somebody like the Secretary of Education coming in,
you make it a point to go see.
You absolutely do. So that's happening today. We'll be watching for that.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of watching, watch out for some of this. Our Kelly Hubbard, live this morning, talking about a couple things. We're going to get to them, but one of them is the last minute shopping for the holidays, and we're now 10 days away from Christmas, right? So the last minute shopping is going on right now. And when that happens, maybe you aren't quite as secure as you need to be going through some of these websites. You got to watch it.
Because you're in panic mode. You're trying to figure out how to get gifts to people you love. You waited last minute. Now you're dealing with shipping delays, supply chain deadlines, all of the above. It's a nightmare. So as you go shopping online, if you're finding websites that might be a little nefarious, you need to do your research, because this is the time that scammers like to take advantage of people. And especially, please beware, if you scroll through social media like Instagram or Facebook, you know they target ads specifically to what you've Googled in the past. So if you've Googled scarves or purses or shoes, that kind of stuff is going to appear in your timeline and your feed. Right, but you really need to investigate these links before you buy through these apps, because scammers know you're looking for that targeted item, so they're going to integrate your feed with things that might not actually be real.
Don't click that link. Don't click that link. So please, again, just pay attention to it. So this is the be careful when you're buying stuff for you or the family. But there's a be careful when it comes to giving. Welcome to the giving season. Callie was also talking about this as well. You want to be able to give back as much as you can, but again, scammers are on the other side of this looking for ways to take advantage. Thankfully, there are ways and places you can go to find the websites that are appropriate, the organizations that are true. It's waiting for you right here as well. What a great story.
BBB accredited donations, nonprofit organizations, you need to make sure they're legitimate before you're just handing over your money. I've seen some cases from the BBB, they've told me, where people will sign up to donate monthly only to find out that it's become a scam subscription. You're sending money to a faulty account.
Right, you're just locked into it. For me, like in years past, you know, the internet makes things very easy. A lot of times, very easy. Sometimes too easy, and that's what they're hoping for. That's what they're preying on. For me, the last number of years, it's been the ability to sign a check, write a check, sign a check, and literally hand it to the organization you know, the person you know, that kind of thing. And there's so many great organizations in our area that have a face that you know. So any way that you're doing it, if the more control you have over it, the better. But there are some great ways that you can still jump onto the World Wide Web and be secure in the knowledge that your money is going to where you want it to go. Check out this story.
Callie even has a link to the BBB scam tracker, where if you've been a victim of this, you need to report it so they can track where this is happening and hopefully gain enough cases to put an end to it.
Get a paper trail going.
That's the goal.
That's it. The goal from yesterday for a lot of high school stars and a lot of colleges around the country, it was the opening day for the early signing period. I know that sounds like a lot, but it actually is a pretty big day for high school stars and colleges.
Huge moment to celebrate our seniors and those who've already committed to colleges officially signing away, saying, I am going to X, Y, and Z university. So obviously a huge day for LSU and Southern University. Our 9 sports teams staying busy covering all of the heavy hitters, the top names of who went where. Obviously Walker Howard, a big name that we kind of expected here, officially signed to LSU. But we had a whole list of folks coming through. So they stayed real busy yesterday.
They really did. And so it's too many names to sit there and just kind of go through it all. So what the crew has done, if you go to WAFB.com, find the sports section or the 9 News app as well, it's going to be waiting for you. They've broken it down. Signing day LSU, signing day Southern University, signing day top high school stars in the area. Because, again, these are, you know, for me, look, as a parent, and like seeing these kids grow up, I knew him when he was this, literally, you get to see your neighborhood kid grow up and jump out into that dream of theirs. It's amazing to watch. It's something to smile about in the midst of all the craziness. It's right there waiting for you. And oh, by the way, did you see this too?
Yeah. That's worth talking about and showing off. So if you missed it last night, chances are it's going to be everywhere on Twitter today. Big moment, unexpected moment for the Pels. But did you say it was a 3/4 of a shot?
Yeah, 3/4 shot.
That's amazing.
So yeah, real quick, and then we'll let you go on with your day here in a little bit. The Pelicans playing the Thunder last night, and Pelicans had the lead. Thunder tie it up with a three-pointer with like 1.4 seconds left, and we're thinking overtime, but not so much. The Pelicans with a 3/4 court heave to win it at the buzzer. It's the longest game-winning half-court shot or three-quarter shot in the last 20 years in the NBA.
Don't mind the ad. We just want to show you how amazing it is.
I wanted, yeah, exactly. The ads. Hey, you got to make the money.
Right. Welcome.
But it really is pretty crazy. From our friends over at Fox 8, we'll see if we can actually skip
Pop
to
it
it
up.
here. Yeah.
I think it plays on your side.
Does it? Yeah, let's get to it.
So?
Hold on. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take you back. Pelicans have the lead by 3 points. 1 point. Watch the bucket. He's hoping he's going to get the foul. He's leaning in like he wants to get the foul. Doesn't get the foul, but the bucket goes in. Tied at 110. They're thinking they're going to overtime.
Look at that.
So much. Watch. Are you kidding? See your way home. See your way home, fans. He literally sent them home crying. It was amazing.
What word did you use this morning?
I'm not sure.
Well,
he
said
they did.
heave.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, this man was on a wing and a prayer.
There's just
That's
not a lot
awesome.
to cheer about for the Pelicans right now.
That's
so
awesome.
to see that, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all that. There you go.
Sorry, I just wanted to show it off because it's just awesome to see.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you should go into your Thursday. As you start, well, that's a lot. That's a big balloon animal.
How do we skip this?
Yeah.
How do we skip this? How do we get out of here? How do we get out of here? Liz,
We're stuck.
Liz, help me.
We're stuck. We're going to stay here for a moment.
There it is.
There we go.
Welcome to WAFB Plus, where you never know quite what you're going to get.
But that's the fun of it, too. This is unscripted. There's nothing. We just kind of go with the flow here. We pick out the headlines that we think you need to know for the day, and then we just kind of talk through them in a way that is easily digestible, as if you were talking with us.
Exactly right. So for you today, and again, we're going to join you on the other side in YouTube in a quick minute, talk about anything you want to talk about. A lot of good stuff in Louisiana going on right now, but also want to leave you with a look at the forecast as we get you stepped out to the rest of your Thursday. It is going to be a warm one, and that's going to kind of stick around for a little bit.
And as we get closer to the weekend, those rain chances boot up, so make sure you're carrying an umbrella with you, and boot up for the Tigers. Golly, excited to talk about them in the days to come. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Well,
hey now.
Hi. I got excited to show off Sky 9 Camera Network. Yeah, it's a pretty day.
It's graying up over there a little bit.
A little bit. You can see the clouds are hovering above on this Thursday. And this is kind of how it's been this week.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
like a mix of sun, and then you get a lot of gray coverage. Was not like that about 15 minutes ago.
No, it's kind of, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Whatever it is, it's on its way to like 80 degrees.
We're
so
trying.
welcome to it, South Louisiana. But all of Louisiana. So welcome to YouTube. Kind of we do this on Thursday mornings, just a chance to talk back with you a little bit, see what's going on in your world, anything you want to talk about. We figured we may start with this because how cool is it to have Louisiana showed off this way for the country to see?
Second time Louisiana gets to get featured in this special way. We get a whole float in the Rose Parade in Pasadena. You know, the iconic parade that airs on New Year's Day. Yeah, we're going to show it off, and Louisiana playing a big role in the spotlight here in the Feed Your Soul campaign. Obviously, that's Louisiana's motto here. But when it comes to showing off everything Louisiana has to offer, we're doing that and showcasing all of our heroes in the last 2 years. We're talking healthcare heroes. We're talking utility workers, everyone who's worked to restore power after major hurricanes and storms.
Teachers out there?
Everyone who plays such an integral role in making our society function. Thank you to them. So they'll be featured on this float.
And it was, that is, again, that's the theme of the Rose Parade this year. And so when Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, who was on the show this morning with us talking about it, relayed to them, that's kind of what we do in Louisiana. That's kind of what this float is going to be about. Apparently it was a pretty easy sell. He also convinced the folks over there that, you know what, the passion you're seeing from us presenting this is also shared by everybody in Louisiana. That's just kind of how we do things. But it really was an interesting conversation because we've gone from the Thanksgiving Day Parade where everybody got to see that incredible float as well. And so now we get to do this. Louisiana, Mardi Gras, we know how to do floats down there. We're doing pretty well.
I think so. And so he was telling a funny story, and let me know if you have already said this, as I've been fiddling around with this. So Macy's has their own parade decorating crew. They've got people who do this professionally, like they do this for a full-time living. And then they came back and said, "Here, Louisiana, ding, here you go. What do you think about it?" He said, "No."
That's the best part.
Right.
He's like, "Great, I love what you've tried to do.
Thank you.
I appreciate your effort, but no." And so he sent them back. He's like, I need this, I need this, I need this, and this. And so what they got was just something, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It really was. But I love the fact that all these pros are like, we got something for you. And he's like, no, not so much. I need it Louisiana.
I need you to slow your roll. Slow your roll.
It really was pretty cool.
I mean, you see the different street names. You see, this is kind of the cameras as it was happening live there, but a lot going on to represent Louisiana in the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. So we're excited to see, come New Year's Day, what it's going to look like to have Louisiana featured on the West Coast this time.
And this is obviously what you're seeing, what you're about to play right there is part of the interview from us this morning.
And Lane Hardy will be singing with the
Exactly right, Lane Hardy.
brass band on that platform. Miss Louisiana will be there. And we're going to be out all week doing interviews with from around the world. And we'll be feeding beignets in the morning to everybody decorating floats. And then they'll get good Louisiana seafood for lunch. And we're going to be reaching out to all the LSU alumni out there because we need help. We got to put 34,000 roses 3 days before. So
you were right. I think you were right.
So we'll be out there volunteering, putting the flowers on. You don't just get a float.
No,
you got to help decorate.
Sweat equity.
You got to work it. Absolutely. Do they have streets big enough for that kind of thing? I mean, one of the Macy's things, that was the longest parade. That was the longest float they ever had there.
Absolutely. And you know, when they first gave us back, they had streets in the French Quarter. I said, no. We've got to change that up. If you saw Macy's, we had Lafayette.
Yeah, sure did.
And Natchitoches. Well, this will be Baton Rouge, Houma, Shreveport. So we're making sure that we're getting all of, because they asked, what does that mean? And we said, well, let me tell you about Shreveport. Let me tell you about Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. So it gives us a chance with the media to talk about all of Louisiana.
And that's so beautiful to see because obviously Louisiana is so much more than New Orleans, but to be put on a national stage like this and to showcase everything Louisiana has to offer is such a unique opportunity.
It is. It took us a week to teach everyone out there how to say Natchitoches.
Meat pies.
That's right.
Yeah. Try having
That's okay. It'll take them a quick second
That
to
would
learn
be
how
a
to eat
great
the
challenge.
fantastic food that you're bringing their way. Okay, so with all that going on, we've obviously got Mardi Gras beats behind us.
Then we start talking a little bit Mardi Gras.
Conversations that may be going on.
Waiting to see what Mardi Gras is going to be like.
That's a good question because we are looking forward to
We
2022.
are. We got some stuff to kind of get through.
Yeah.
But as we look at the rest of the country, their ability to kind of focus in on Louisiana, that's going to be a lot of fun. Rose Parade, that's going to get a lot of attention. Everybody kind of up, doing the game thing.
Yeah.
The parade's on the TV, and then here comes this gigantic Louisiana float. It's going to steal the attention.
That's it.
Yeah.
But in order to make that happen, you heard Billy Nungesser say they need help putting in these 34,000 roses. So if you are an alumni of any Louisiana institution that lives in California, they sure could use your help. In fact, our story right now, you can see the full interview with Billy Nungesser fun guesser? At the bottom of it, our whole web team has created a beautiful, shiny, golden link for you to click on to find out more about the parade itself, but also to some volunteer opportunities to be a part of this insanity. Because it is insane. When you're trying to coordinate a parade like this,
look at that.
yeah, that's a lot of people. How many?
Man.
80,000 hours
That's
annually
just-
contributed for volunteers.
That's just crazy. That's their active volunteer members. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
even, okay. So that's a lot of work still to be done. You got some time to go here, tick, 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 but I can't wait to see it.
Oh my gosh.
The renderings are fantastic.
Yeah.
So to see that thing come to life is going to be so much fun.
In crunch time at that.
Yeah,
Finding out late for this one and the Macy's Day Parade
Yeah,
that they're going to be a
you're
part
right,
of it.
you're right.
It's kind of a nice surprise, but it's also a nice challenge to see, all right, game on. How are we going to do this?
16 hours, 32
That's not much time to do a whole float
Couple
with
weeks.
34,000 roses.
couple weeks.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
So is there something you're looking forward to right now in the Louisiana part of the world, something that you can't wait to see as we get towards the end of 2021? Are you just ready for 2022 to get here? A lot of people are just kind of like push this year aside.
Yeah,
Let's move
kind
on
of a
to the next.
throwaway year.
So yeah,
We'll see.
Another one of those.
We'll see.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for joining us here on WAFB Plus on YouTube for Let's Talk Thursday. We'll be back again next week to talk about,
Who knows?
I suppose, the new year. Because we'll be pre-Christmas then.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
I'm
still
already
Christmas.
waiting to get
You're-
to.
You're
get
already in
through
22?
Christmas. I'm in 22 already. Maybe I'm in 23. I don't even know.
Liz Co. See you in the future.
Oh, we'll see ya.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye now.